When you guys mentioned quarterbacks, we're going to talk about the Browns quarterback after a reminder that Supply House is a proud sponsor of UCSS. When the opening whistle blows on a new repair, get your crew moving forward with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting on projects, while their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. Join the free Trademaster program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and dedicated support lines. Visit supplyhouse.com to sign up for free or use promo code SHNFL5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Real people, real services. We mentioned earlier that it is tough to get a true evaluation on a quarterback when the offensive line is in shambles, when he has no receivers, when the running game doesn't exist, but we're not giving a pass to anybody. If you play the quarterback position, we are going to evaluate the following Monday. Bull, we'll start with you on this one.
Yeah.
You and I were sitting together for majority of the game yesterday at Sweet Pork Wilson's.
Yeah.
We were going back and forth on what we thought about Dillon Gabriel. But what would you make of Dillon's second start for the Browns?
My way too early snap judgment. It's unfair to give long-term opinions on any player after 2 games. Completely unfair. But I'm going to do it anyway. All right? Knowing that it could very well change. Through 2 games, my thoughts on Dillon Gabriel, just watching him, again, I acknowledge, completely unfair, is he's not terrible. He's not a quarterback that's going to put you on his shoulders and win you the football games. He strikes me as the type of guy that'll probably hang out in the league a long time, that'll be one of the top backups in the league. Like, you could throw him in there for a couple of weeks. He'll keep you afloat. He'll be one of those guys that rotates between the 5 or 6 teams in the league that just can never get a quarterback. Yeah, and again, it's unfair, but that's what it looks like to me through 2 games.
Yeah.
He was all right. I mean, the best throw I thought he made all game was the throw to Fannin that Fannin dropped.
It's not even close, Bull. I watched it all 22.
Yeah.
That was by far his best throw of the day.
Yeah, but there are times when it's so clear he's not seeing the field.
Oh, yeah.
It's so clear. So he's not terrible. He's hamstrung by his height. He's hamstrung by the talent around him. And he hasn't, listen, I hate to bring it up because we bring it up all the time, but Baker was more hamstrung by his height early in his career. He used to get a lot of balls knocked down.
Yeah, he has figured that part out.
He's learned to overcome that. And that's something that a young quarterback is going to get better at. But through 2 games, again, I acknowledge it's unfair. I don't see anything that makes me think this guy's going to be the quarterback of the future. That's how I see it.
No, I never thought.
Yeah.
I've never thought he was. I thought he was much better against Minnesota than he was against Pittsburgh. He was not good.
Yeah, I thought he was worse. Yeah, I agree.
Yep, he definitely took a step back.
He easily could have had 4 interceptions yesterday.
Oh, gosh, yes.
They dropped a lot. Everybody dropped his passes yesterday.
The Steelers can't catch interceptions. They have 0 on the season.
Yeah.
And the Browns can't catch passes.
No. That's why they're defenders, because they can't catch. Our guys play offense. They're supposed to be able to catch.
Now, he was under duress a lot yesterday. Again, the tackle plays a swinging gate. But he was not good enough. Not even close. And I think you saw yesterday why they didn't want to start a rookie 3rd-round pick at Pittsburgh. This is why.
Yep.
And certainly nobody thought he was going to have to drop back and throw it 52 times.
Yeah.
But getting hit 17 times, and Tomlin even said he thought they did a really nice job. And Tomlin has talked before about how well Gabriel processes at the line of scrimmage, pre-snap and all that. And Mike said after the game he thought the Steelers did a nice job of disguising some coverages and trying to trick him up a little bit and fooling him. This is why they were trying to hold off on making a quarterback change until after they got through these 6 games. Yesterday went worst case scenario that was their biggest fear. He was under duress. He was overwhelmed. He did not play well at all. I thought I was much more encouraged coming off the Minnesota game than I was yesterday. He'll come home. He'll get a first start this week against the Dolphins. Obviously, the Dolphins are nothing like playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Hopefully next week goes better for him, but he was not even close to good enough yesterday. Easily could have had 3 or 4 interceptions, and I think we would be talking much differently about him right now than we are.
He was credited, real quick, with PFF. We understand their grades may be dead, but they do a good job tracking certain stats. He was credited with 4 turnover-worthy throws yesterday,
Yeah.
That's
which
about
is about 3 or 4 fewer than I thought it would have been.
Oh, I don't think there were 7.
No, I
balls
didn't think
that
there were
should have been
7.
picked.
I
No,
thought
that's high.
there. I think.
I thought there could have been 3 legitimate interceptions.
Yeah, that's and I can't remember his. If you really want to get in the weeds on some of the advanced numbers, his completion percentage like what was his completion percentage? What should it have been? Last I checked, his yesterday was like 10% under.
He finished minus 11.5.
11.5. Okay.
Now again, if you add in the drops, there you go. You're there.
But I mean, part of the issue.
He had a wide open receiver at the goal line, and it hit him in the helmet.
But teams know the Browns. They have the same numbers we do, that their receivers are slow and they don't create separation.
Yeah, they know.
They don't fear any sort of chunk plays and deep shots, so you can play tight on the line of scrimmage, and it really limits what they can do. I did think when he had the opportunity to make plays, he was not helped. Yeah. Judy had another horrendous drop. Judy with the stupid penalty down the field.
So dumb.
Oh, my God.
So dumb.
He had offensive pass interference, and he had the dumb personal foul that
Steelers baited him on that. They completely baited him on that
and he took
play.
the bait.
And it negated what should have been a roughing call.
Yeah.
So, and then the Fannin drop down this. I mean, we could go on and on. Again, they've had 17 drops, league leading 17 drops. 10 of them would have been first downs. Now, would the offense look significantly better if those 10 converted? Probably not. But it just goes to show you how much is working against him and how much the Browns have to overcome. They don't have tackles who can block. They don't have fast receivers, and they can't catch the football. But other than that, everything's fine.
By the way, over the last 2 years, there are 74 qualified quarterbacks. I can't remember how many games you had to play last year, and so far this year you had to play 2 games through 6, right? So maybe it was you had to play at least 12 last year. So there's been, I think it's 74 quarterbacks that are qualified over the last 2 years. Now, that includes some guys last year and this year, like, whatever, like Drake May, Lamar Jackson. Of the 74 quarterbacks that qualify, Deshaun Watson is 72nd in yards per pass attempt. Joe Flacco, 73rd in yards per pass attempt. Dillon Gabriel, 74th in yards per pass attempt.
Okay, what's the
They're
common
bottom
denominator
3.
there? They all had the same guy calling plays.
That's true.
They all played
Now,
behind the same crappy offensive line.
Jameis was higher, but he wasn't. Stefanski wasn't calling the plays. And Flacco 2 years ago was way high.
Yeah.
I think he was number 1 or near the top.
He would have been near the top.
But in the last 2 years, Dillon Gabriel's averaging less than 5 yards per attempt. I went back a few years. I haven't yet found another quarterback.
And by the way,
averaging
I
less
don't
than 5
care
yards per
what
attempt.
quarterback you plug into this offense.
Yeah.
It's going to be the exact same thing.
Well,
we don't have receivers that can run or catch or get open.
No, but if you had a really good quarterback, it would be certainly better than this. You'd be serviceable on offense.
There are.
I don't think so.
I just go back and I'd be laughing. I'm like, listen, why would you not? I just saw the Chiefs yesterday in the Lions. I saw 4 or 5 plays in a row. I'm like, man, he wide open. What the heck did he run? Let me just cut, copy, and paste and steal that one.
That goal line play where the drag route, wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
What? I mean, why?
The Browns have had wide open receivers, and Dillon can't see.
But I will say,
No, he hits him in the helmet.
By the way, where's
that's
Isaiah Bond looking? That's a touchdown.
And
your head
it's the
around,
same
son.
play.
Get your head around.
Break down that Chiefs play, that little drag route.
get your
that
head
was
down.
the
That's
same play that we ran, and our wide receiver is looking out of bounds.
Yeah, that's not on Dillon. That's
No,
on
he hit him in the helmet.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
And by the way, how much different is this conversation if it's 23-16? A
It's-
little bit.
Not much.
A little bit. No, you got
You're
a one
still
score
screaming
game.
they can't get the 20 points.
well,
I know, but still, he hit a receiver, an open receiver on the goal line in the helmet.
That sums them up. Njoku, there was another play where Njoku wasn't looking, and he.
I know.
And he
I
didn't
know.
get a pass.
There is
Head on a swivel, boys.
Shout out to Tyvis. Like I was texting him and I said, Tyvis, man, like just the spacing is off. The spacing where there's multiple receivers in one area, where you got 3 guys that are looking and covering 2 people. The concepts of how you where we releasing that, right? Your guys, by the way, your guys aren't number 1 receivers. When I mean number 1 receivers is like you got to have a release package off zone and man. So your creativity 101 to understand how do I get off the line of scrimmage to create said spacing. Now, if you don't got guys who can do that, you have, as a coordinator, have to have things where you say, okay, now I got to manufacture through motion, through splits, through, hey, is this a 2x2? Is it a 3x1? Hey, do we got a teacup formation? What are we doing? Are we running rub routes? And things like that. Your running backs out of the backfield. All those things, you really almost have to run a college playbook. And people say, well, college won't work in the pros. We understand
They'll
that.
try it.
But
What you're doing is not working.
But to play traditional, I'm gonna drop back, 3-step drop, and I'm gonna look at my 5th step. I'm gonna hit my receiver.
Not working.
No. You can't complete those things. Those aren't available to you.
You know, Steve Becker, our executive producer, texted the Browns should run like the triple option. And that sounds crazy, but maybe they should. I mean, what else can they do right now?
I'd have double. I would have 2 running backs. The Browns should
Although
be.
they only have one good one. So.
But here's the problem, though, Bull. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Even if you're running those formations,
Yeah.
the Browns have the most pre-snap penalties. So even when you give them all this motion and trickery, they can't get lined up right.
Cam Robinson,
Oh my God.
all he has to do.
have-
Just move forward 3 inches, my man.
Just
Get on the
forward.
line of scrimmage.
he's hurt too.
He can't even get lined up.
And he got hurt too.
I don't want to.
By the way,
he had 3 penalties. Cam
yeah.
Robinson, 3 penalties. He hit the trifecta. He had a false start, he had a holding, and he had illegal formation.
So you can't,
That's your left tackle
So
that
just
you just
really
traded
quickly on Dillon Gabriel, it is tough when you are putting that level. And I told you I'm a Shedeur Sanders guy, but I said on my stream, I said, look, if Shedeur Sanders can come in this offense and he can overcome all of this, they might as well king him the king of the North. He might as well take over for one of the Starks in Winterfell somewhere.
You're right.
This
But-
dude. I mean, but
Yeah, that's a big point.
But this
But
is what
you're
I'm
right.
saying.
I mean-
I'm saying that. But what I'm saying is
Yeah, I
that's
know what
how
you're
many
saying.
limitations
I know what
is
you're
on
saying.
Dillon Gabriel. I'm not gonna sit here and envy. Yes, he had turnover-worthy throws, but even when he was throwing the rock and it was hitting people in the chest plates, they dropping it. Even when you line up in something creative and it looked like you got something, guys, is all now it's 1st and 15, 1st and 20, and you throwing it 52 times, and the Steelers is licking their chops. Look like they had 35 people on the field yesterday. The Steelers was knocking people. They was putting people in hospitals.
there was some old school hits in that
I
game.
said, dang.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Bull. They played that game like the Browns-Steelers games used to be played,
and we wanted no parts.
and we didn't want that. They hit us in the mouth, and we were like, no, we're good.
And
cool
you know
with
what?
it.
Part of the frustration for the defense has got to be that, like, especially a team like the Steelers, because Tomlin's kind of a conservative coach to begin with. If you're the Steelers yesterday, at some point, even when you were up 6-0, you're like,
It's over.
why should we do anything risky on offense?
No, you're right. You're right. Why would you?
Why take a chance?
You don't have to.
Right?
You are 1,000% right. And it was noticeable.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's going to run the ball. They're going to play defense. They're going to punt. They'll take an occasional deep shot.
And they'll let you
Their
screw
kicker's
everything
going to make
up.
all
They're
field
not-
goals.
they're
They'll
not
let
gonna-
the Browns be the Browns.
They're not going to do anything to put the ball at risk.
Nope.
Because there's no need to. Because
Right.
there's no fear that the Browns can move the ball. And listen, I think the Browns defense is really, really good. It's really good. It's going to look even better because opponents aren't trying to do
That's
anything.
right.
Sure.
They're
That's
just
right.
That's a good
The
point.
only time
That's a fire point right there.
Right, Jordan Love. The only reason the Browns have one win is because Jordan Love tried to make a throw when it was a risky play.
If
when
they don't
shouldn't
put
have done
that
it.
ball up, they win that game.
They're
They
over
win the
6.
game.
Yeah, they don't need
so
to do anything
teams know
crazy.
all you have to do just run the ball, punt, play defense, and wait for the Browns to be the Browns.
Yeah, they'll screw it up.
and we'll win the game.
Yeah, I can't. I know that this is a cop out. Bull, you came close to. You completed the exercise. I give you credit.
Yeah.
There is no way you're going to learn anything about Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders and their ability to play quarterback in the NFL on a team that's not an NFL-worthy team on offense. Their teammates are not NFL quality caliber players. We're down to tackles that were laying asphalt last week. We cannot judge these guys. We just can't. I mean, yeah, we can look at what they're doing and say it's not very good, but the one thing that Dillon Gabriel showed me that I need my quarterback to have, moxie.
A little toughness.
He dropped back to throw 58 times. He got hit 17. That's a bad batting average,
Yeah.
offensive line.
I think you can judge, not as easily, but
it's
I think
really hard.
It is
Bull.
hard.
He
It's
doesn't
hard.
have. So these are the two things he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Time to throw. Receivers that can get open.
so
So
can I
how
just-
can I judge him?
So can I
It's
just
tough.
ask a question?
Yeah.
If the Browns were trying to win this year, do you go trade from 2 to 5 and take a defensive tackle at 5, knowing the deficiencies of this offense? Do you do that if you're trying to win this year?
No.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
They know how glaring of a need it is. I wrote it's dereliction of duty to come into the season with the tackles that they had, knowing Conklin's
and the
injury history,
receivers.
knowing DeJuan Jones was a major risk. How many times do we say what a risk DeJuan is at left tackle? It's a huge season for him. Now he's hurt again. He's never made it through a season healthy, and he was a disaster when he was there. They could have stayed at 2 and taken a left tackle. They could have moved down to 5 and taken a left tackle.
Sure.
But they traded down to 5, and they reinforced the defense. They traded down, and they spent their top 2 picks on defense.
Yeah.
Knowing how abysmal the offense was last year, they did nothing to address it. They don't care about winning this year.
So, again, you're the messenger. That message is a losing message.
And by the way, Mason Graham's having a great year. I think he's going to be a great player for a really long time. So it's hard to kill the pick when they get it right.
It's not.
But there were more
there
were more glaring needs on the team.
It is a good pick, but again, you already had a Hall of Fame player in that unit. You already did. Is there a Hall of Fame player like maybe Bitonio if you squint long enough? He's hurting himself now, I think.
Well, I mean, it's hard for guards.
I know, I get it. He's not a Hall of Famer.
He's a Browns legend.
But when you look at so you've got 6 areas that you really look at as a team. Not talking about special teams. I've got one Hall of Fame player in that defensive front. I've got one there. I don't have NFL caliber starting wide receivers, and I don't have NFL caliber starting offensive linemen.
And you could have had Travis Hunter or a tackle at 2.
Yes. So I just can't judge the quarterback.
By the way, you're missing something, by the way, and that's if Jackson Dart, who's off to a good start, way too early.
Yeah.
He's off to a good start. He's looked really good so far. If he ends up being a great quarterback, then this is beyond the debacle.
Yes, it is.
I totally
beyond
agree.
the debacle.
Yes.
I've said that for 2 weeks.
Yes, because we were told he couldn't play.
If you want to fire Kevin, you don't fire Kevin because they didn't run the ball at the goal line. That's not why you fire him.
Yeah.
You fire him because they told you Jackson Dart isn't.
There was one there, and you didn't think he was there.
Yeah.
And now, in fairness, like we just go back a week ago. I think it's today, or maybe 2 weeks ago, after the Saints game. When was that, Mike? That was Sunday, because
the Saints was 2 Sundays ago because the Giants played on Thursday
night.
Football.
That's right. Go back and read all of the New York columns again about Jackson Dart after the Saints game.
Oh, they love him.
No, after the Saints game.
Oh, they killed him.
They hated him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, we got it wrong again. Oh, my God, Daniel Jones
and
part
he
2.
might not be good. It's way too early.
Fast forward to Thursday night, and now go read the Post, the Times, the Daily News. Read all of them from Friday, and now they're suiting him. They're fitting him for a gold jacket.
Mike, he said what? 3 starts, 2 good ones, 2 out of 3.
3 starts, 2 good,
It's
one
okay, one
I'm just
really
saying,
bad, one
if he
really
ends
good.
up being good,
Yes,
that's a major blunder.
Right, no, but here's why I say, so we're saying about Dillon Gabriel after start 2 wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. I'm saying,
while acknowledging it's not enough.
That it's a small sample size.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I can't even give a grade because he's playing with the worst wide receiving group I've ever seen in the NFL, ever. I can never remember a time that a team had a worse group
I think
of
the
wide
Browns
receivers.
have had worse groups.
The Browns have. I mean, notoriously, we don't have good wide receivers
Ever.
The leading receiver in franchise history is a tight
Tight
end
end.
from the
That says it all.
1970s.
That
And
says
the
it all.
leading receiver since '99 is a tight
This
end.
is a tight end.
Yes.
So what I'm saying here is, yes, it's unfair. It's so unfair. I can't do it because we're putting him out there alone. No one is helping him. The offensive line isn't helping him. His wide receivers aren't helping him. He should be better. But to the Jackson Dart point, somehow between the Saints game and the Eagles win, he went from, oh my God, this is a debacle. We are going to be here forever, to, oh my God, not only do we have a great rookie running back, we have a great rookie quarterback that just beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Watch this. If you lined up every single quarterback, let's line them up. Just bring anyone that was here under Kevin Stefanski. Let's line them up and get them over here and tell them, give them truth serum. So you can bring Baker back. You can bring Deshaun Watson. You give me Jacoby Brissett. Hey, Case Keenum, come on back, man. We'll get Flacco, PJ Walker. We'll bring back your man DTR,
Jameis Winston.
if you sat there and you asked each one of them, there would be nobody that says they would enjoy playing in this offense. Of
course not.
Not one.
No.
That is very damning. Not Jameis Winston.
Well,
not
PJ Walker might, because I think he's working at a
DTR.
convenience
At least he
store
got
now.
to play here.
If they was
Yeah,
in the
he did
room,
get a
they would
chance.
be like, and then they would tell you, man, this dude wishy-washy. I didn't even know I was playing till then. Baker would be like, you know what, man, that's crazy. He threw me out there. I was hurt half the season. Then he had the nerve to tell me I need to get my life together. Deshaun was like, listen, man, give me, what's his name? Ken Dorsey. I mean, at least Ken Dorsey throw the ball downfield. If you ask
The
yourself,
rest of the players would have said, let's face it, Deshaun, you suck, man.
yeah,
Come on.
but then Deshaun would come back and say, well, listen, Joe, you looking good, just as good as I did last year. You'd be like, yeah, you ain't lying, dog.
I think they actually have a secret text chat.
Oh, that text chat.
Yeah.
And we really should create that, what they're saying to one
Tyler
another in the
Huntley
text
in there?
chat.
Yes, he's in
Tyler
there.
Huntley's
Is,
in there.
Who's the former Bengals backup who played like one game?
Driscoll.
Yeah, he's in there too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
those are the 9 quarterbacks
Yeah,
that
yeah.
played here outside of Baker. When Baker was 19-14 in his first 2 years, got the injury, played hurt, got jettisoned, and then we brought in 9 quarterbacks since then. 9 quarterbacks.
None of
crazy.
them.
And they're all in a text
9
chain right now, and they're like, yo, dog, did you see what they're doing to Dillon Gabriel?
Hey,
yeah, I've
but-
been there. I've seen it. I know what it's like.
When you gotta ask Papa Stefanski to throw the ball deep. I don't know, dog. You gotta ask that. Hey, Dad, man, can I go to the movies with my friends?
All right, here's the
I don't
question,
know. It's a
though.
Tuesday night.
Oh,
He never played since they never played regular season games. Are Kenny Pickett and Kellen Mond in the text chat?
Yes.
yeah, they
are.
because
They
they
are.
experienced
They got to
it.
be included. Yeah.
They know how mid the offense is.
They know it.
They
Mid.
know.
That's a
Yeah,
compliment
You're
going
right.
to
It's
mid.
not mid.
They are
know how
all-
low the offense is.
They are all going to TGIF Fridays, getting that 2 for $20 meal.
Is that
talking about
Friday still exist?
I
No.
think
Yeah.
it's out of business.
Yeah. No, is it?
Only
I thought there
in-
was still
only
a few
in-
No, I'm
left.
pretty sure it's out of business.
Bennigan's is out of business. Right?
I know the final
used to like
Blockbuster
that,
finally closed down a couple of years
man.
ago.
No, there's still
good
one
in,
left.
In
Oregon?
Portland,
Portland,
somewhere in
Oregon.
It's
Yeah.
still open?
One left.
There was a Netflix special on it.
I thought it had
Yeah, it was kind of cool.